So hello and welcome to another of our carers video podcasts from Cwmtaf Morgannwg Mind. So maybe if I start off just with some introductions. So I'm Sian Neil and I manage our recovery and resilience services. And welcome to Pam, our very own Pamela Khan, who works on the Carers Connect project. And a special welcome to Amber Powell from Carers Wales, so who's here to share some information with us about the support that Carers Wales can provide to carers during this time. So so welcome both, and thank you so much for joining me for this session today. And we were just saying earlier, what a gorgeous day it is, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's lovely today, isn't it? Better than the old rain that we've been having of late, isn't it, you know?
Absolutely. So maybe, I thought maybe Amber, a great place to start, if it's okay with you, is if you could just share some information with us about your role and what you do in Carers Wales.
Of course, Sian, thank you very much for having me. So my name is Amber Powell and I'm the Volunteer and Engagement Officer with Carers Wales. So normally my day job would be to travel across Wales to visit groups and talk to them about carers' rights, carers' awareness, information and advice that we can give to carers across Wales. So groups such as Mind, like yourselves, or Alzheimer's groups or stroke groups, any groups where there may be carers involved in that group that might not necessarily know that they're carers. Obviously with the lockdown, travelling across anywhere was banned, so we had to think of new ways that we can still connect to carers across Wales, and we set up sessions called Care for a Cuppa. So the Care for a Cuppa are every week on a Tuesday afternoon between 2:30 and 4:30. They're online via Zoom, so people would need to be able to access online via Zoom, although you can join from a mobile phone or a landline as well. And the Care for a Cuppa sessions, they usually last about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we generally have half an hour of chatting with the attendees, so carers across Wales, just about how they're feeling, just to have a chat and a catch up and people to introduce themselves to each other. And then we normally have a speaker come in to speak to the group. So we could have somebody from Mind, we could have somebody from the Alzheimer's, we've had a solicitor talking about power of attorney, we've had training on carer awareness, carer rights, self-advocacy, and we've had talks from Natural Resources Wales, so a wide variety of talks every week, and that's been going since the start of lockdown. And from that, we were really lucky to get some further funding because those groups were doing those sessions were doing so well, and we got some extra funding to do some more sessions, which we have called Me Time. But one of the things when we were talking about setting up the Me Time sessions was that not all carers can do 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, so I suggested that we should be doing evening sessions and weekend sessions. So the Me Time are not set in stone, they can be any time in the morning, in an afternoon, of an evening, of a weekend. So there's at least 2 a week, and those sessions are very varied, with lots of different activities going on. They tend to be more for personal well-being rather than information-based like the Care for a Cuppa. So for example, we've had craft sessions, we've had flower arranging, we have a monthly bingo, we have monthly mindfulness, but then we've also had people coming in to talk about how to deal with stress, how to deal with anxiety, help with your sleep, and things like that. And these sessions, so as I said earlier, there's at least 2 a week, and that would include the week before Christmas, the week between Christmas and New Year, and the week after New Year. So we're not going to be stopping throughout the Christmas period as well. So that's the basics of them at the moment.
So that's really That's really good to know, isn't it? And for carers out there to know that that support will be ongoing and will continue. And is it fairly easy to access them, Amber?
Yeah, so the links to all the sessions, so you can have a look and see what ones you prefer. So all the links are on our website, and there's a direct link then to register on Zoom. So it's very straightforward. You just need your name and an email address, and you can log in that way. If you don't have an email address, as I said, you can join us from a mobile phone or a landline. Just contact us. All our details, I can share all the details. You can just give us a call and we can set that up for you to join from a landline or mobile.
Yeah. And are there any sessions more popular than others? I guess there may be, because you've got so much variety of sessions going on, isn't there? Is there any sessions more popular than others?
Well, the monthly bingo is gathering pace, as you can imagine. It's not the most sleek of bingo. It's very laid back and chilled. The feedback we get from it is really positive. It's not rushed. People can take their time. There's also prizes for a line and a house. So the last session, bingo session, we had 15 people. We had a session on a Sunday afternoon with Richard and Adam. So they're brothers from North Wales who have had a #1 selling album in classical charts. So they came and sang to the group, and we had about 45 to 50 people registered for that one. So yeah, depending on what session it depends, but we average about 10 people for each session.
Yes, yeah. And I guess what we didn't mention was that, you know, the basis of this is to provide support to carers and help sort of develop resilience and support carers' well-being during this very difficult time, isn't it?
Definitely. And we've, you know, before COVID-19, we'd set up things like road shows, or we'd set up information stands at various places across Wales. And you know, you would get people coming, but not as many people. You know, if you have a roadshow in Cardiff, you're not going to get somebody travelling from Pembrokeshire, which is a 2-3 hour drive, to come to a 4-hour roadshow to drive home again when they're looking after somebody. Whereas with Zoom, it's from the comfort of your own home. You can turn your cameras off, you can turn your microphones off. So, and we always say, you know, if cats, dogs, they're cared for, children, if they come in the background, it's not a problem. You can join and leave when you need. If you can only stay for half an hour, we always say, just, you know, your caring role is more important, but we're here for you if you need us.
And that's great to know, and that's one of the joys, I guess, of being able to deliver it online, because it just makes it much more accessible to people, doesn't it, you know?
Definitely. I mean, we've so I cover all of South Wales, so from Pembrokeshire down to Chepstow, and then all of Powys, and then my colleague Dawn Owen covers all of North Wales, whereas now we're very much working together. It's all of Wales, so you've got people in North Wales talking and chatting to people in South Wales. There was a great one the other night. We had a craft session, and the people just started talking on their own. You know, they didn't need any kind of prompts from me or my colleague Dawn. And one lady from Cardiff was talking to a lady who is up in Rhyl, and they used to live in Birmingham, pretty much on the next street from each other. And it was just so beautiful to hear them talking and just getting on with things and taking their minds off their caring role.
Yeah, and then it's a great way of sort of sharing and providing support to each other, isn't it?
It's lovely, yeah.
And it's really timely, I think, because I'm you know, we're very much aware that you did the Carers Wales. There was some research that was done recently, which shows that carers are really struggling during this time, during COVID-19, isn't it? And that 4 in 5 are providing more care for relatives, and 76% are reporting that the needs of the person that they're caring for has increased during this time. And as a result, many carers are really experiencing poor mental health. So all the information and advice that you're giving us, Amber, will you know, is really quite relevant at this point in time, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, those statistics are quite depressing in many ways. And you know what, lots of day centres have closed, lots of support networks have closed or been shut down. So it's really important to have these sessions to give the carer time out, and that's the feedback we're getting. And somebody even said it was time for me, and I was thinking, I didn't prompt that. I don't, you know, it was just lovely to hear that feedback, and sometimes just sitting here watching the people on the screen and seeing their faces just relax, even if it's just for an hour. And as I said, you know, carers are doing 24/7, a lot are doing 24/7 care, and especially at the moment. And if we can do a session that's 9 o'clock at night, so that they, you know, they don't have to worry that they can't do certain hours. So that's why I really like these sessions. They're such a boost for me, my well-being, just to see how much help we're able to give to people. And you know, yes, it's difficult, evenings and weekends are hard, but I'm just thinking it's nothing compared to what carers are doing, unpaid carers are doing at the moment. So to me, it's an absolute pleasure.
It sounds great, Amber, it really does. And Pam, I know that a good few of the carers that you work with, they've accessed the support through Carers Wales, haven't they? They've accessed some of these sessions.
Yes, I've passed on the sort of links that are on the site, and they tell me that they've joined in as well, you know. They're absolutely fantastic, Amber. You know, the work you're doing is really, really great for people. And as you say, there's lots of flexibility in it, isn't it? You know, as you say, and they're joining up from one end of the country to the other, which is absolutely fantastic. What a fantastic story that is, isn't it? You know, which would never have happened. You know, my dog. Sorry, can you pause for a minute?
Well, just to continue what Pam was saying, you know, we send out the links to our contacts as often, you know, at least every month. But yeah, so we obviously seek feedback from the people who attend. So it's not just a case of here's sessions that we've got. We always say, what further sessions would you like to see? So we do take that feedback. So, you know, if people do come along and they think of something that they'd like to do, give us the suggestion, and obviously we'll try and work around putting sessions that people want and carers want. And so it's not great. Just us saying, here's what we've got.
That's great to know, Amber, you know, so that if people have got specific ideas or something that they're really into, that they can pass that on, and there's the potential for that to be delivered.
Yes, definitely.
Lovely.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back, Pam. So thank you so much, Amber. It's great that you've been able to take the time to join us today and just share some of that information with us in terms of what Carers Wales can provide to carers during this very difficult time. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that we provide all the relevant information and the links with this video podcast, so that anybody who potentially will see this and want to access that information, that they can easily access it.
No, thank you very much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you both.
There you are. Thank you, and I hope you both have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks.
Take care and
bye. Thanks,
bye.
Amber.